There's a version of you that shows up around 2 in the morning and you don't know her yet. She's quieter than the woman your friends know. She's softer than the woman your ex remembers. She is the one who, in the dark, with the phone face down on the nightstand and the ringtone off and the world finally out of the room, picks up the phone anyway. Not to text, not to call, to look, to scroll back through the smallest hours of a conversations with someone you told yourself you were over 6 weeks ago. And here's the truth. You're not over her. You're not over him. You're not over the version of you that existed when you were in it. What you are is exhausted from performing the role of a person who doesn't need anybody. The night is where the performance ends. The night is where the avoidance cracks. Listen, most people think avoidants don't feel. That's the big lie. Avoidants feel more than almost anybody. You feel so much you built an entire architecture to keep the feeling out of view. You grew up early. You became your own corner. You figured out that if you didn't ask for much, you wouldn't be disappointed as often. And the cost was a small one at first. As a kid, self-sufficiency is a superpower. As an adult who lost somebody, self-sufficiency becomes the very thing that keeps you handcuffed to the loss. I know this because I've spent 40 years in rooms with people who look like they have nothing wrong with them. Calm eyes, steady voice, good posture. And underneath, a furnace. You, my friend, are one of them. So what do I mean by that? I mean that what you call strength, the way you can stay cool when somebody leaves, the way you can wave and mean it, the way you can say, I'm fine, without your voice cracking, is not a gift. It's a survival pattern. It got you to adulthood. It did not get you to the rest of your life. And tonight, when the lights are low and you can't sleep because somebody's face is sitting in the dark with you, you don't need another pep talk. You need a map. Let me give you the map. There's 3 decisions you make every moment of your life. Your decisions determine your direction. Your direction determines your destination. Your destination determines your fulfillment. And right now, in this small dark room, with your eyes open, you are making all 3. You're just not aware of them. That's the difference between the day version of you and the night version of you. By day, the 3 decisions run on autopilot. By night, they run on raw fuel, unfiltered, and that's why the missing feels so much worse between 11 and 4. Now listen to me carefully. This is the spine of everything I'm going to say. The first decision is what to focus on. The second decision is what meaning to give it. The third decision is what to do with it now that you've made the meaning real. 3 decisions, every moment. State, story, action. You've heard me say it before, and I'll say it again. Focus is the master key. Focus is the lens. Focus determines everything. Because here's the timeless truth. You don't experience life, you experience the life you focus on. There are a million things happening in your bedroom right now. The fan blade turning, the refrigerator in the kitchen, the dog shifting on the floor in the hallway, the pressure in your sinuses. A sound 3 houses down, in the absence of the person who used to be lying on the side of the bed that is empty. You feel all of them, but you feel the emptiness 1,000 times louder. Not because it's louder, because you've chosen it. What does that mean for you tonight? It means the absence is not happening to you. The absence is being amplified by you. The focus is doing what focus does. It's pulling everything that confirms it into the room. Every small memory, the way they sang in the shower, the text you didn't send, the song you skipped this week because you saved it for them. Focus is gathering evidence for the story it wants to tell. And the story tonight is the oldest one in the book. We don't experience life. We experience the life we focus on. And tonight, by design or by accident, you are focusing on a life that includes them. But here's the thing. If focus is the master key, focus is also the lockpick. Because here's what I know. The same channel that pulls the pain in can pull the meaning out. The same machinery that builds the ache can build the answer. You are not a victim of the night. You are the operator of the night, and the operator has 3 dials. I just named them. The question is whether you will stand up tonight and turn one of them, or whether you will lie there and let the thing run on its default setting until exhaustion takes you. Most people in your position never turn the dials. They'd rather suffer in a familiar pattern than build an unfamiliar one. I understand it. Suffering is known. Suffering with dignity is known. Suffering alone at 2 in the morning with the phone in your hand is known. And known is, for a lot of people, more important than free. You deserve free. We all do. Now let me be honest with you about something else. I am not going to insult you with a 5-step plan. I'm not going to give you a 30-day challenge. I'm going to give you a single drill. 90 seconds. Tonight. Before you sleep. Non-negotiable. And then I'm going to tell you why it works, because if you know why it works, you will do it. The why is the engine. The drill is the car. Here's the drill. Sit up in the bed. Put both feet on the floor. Take 3 breaths. Long inhales through the nose. Longer exhales through the mouth. Then close your eyes and visualize, not the person you miss, the room you want to wake up into. Not a perfect room. A real room. A room that belongs to the version of you that has already done the work. What is on the nightstand? What color is the wall? Is the window open or is it shut? Is the bed made or is it unmade? Who's beside you, if anyone? Who's not beside you, if no one? Make the picture so specific you can feel the temperature of it. Then, with your eyes still closed, ask yourself one question. Not why did they leave? Not what did I do wrong? One question. Who do I want to be in 90 days? Then answer it out loud, in your own voice. Whisper if you have to. Then lie back down. Put the phone face down, close your eyes, sleep, that's it, 90 seconds. Why does it work? It works because of the 3 decisions. First, you change the focus. You move the spotlight for 90 seconds from the empty side of the bed to the future self on the other side of the bed. Second, you change the meaning. You stop being the person who lost somebody. You became the person who is becoming somebody. Third, you change the action. You didn't text, you didn't call, you didn't spiral. You gave yourself a definition in your own voice. That definition is fuel that doesn't burn out. That definition is the kind of fuel you can light again tomorrow, and the day after, and the day after that. The old fuel, anger, resentment, the ability to convince yourself you don't care, that fuel lasts 90 days. The new fuel lasts the rest of your life. Let me say that again. The fuel of being over someone runs out. The fuel of becoming someone never does. Now let me take you deeper, because I want you to see this. The night thing isn't really about them. The night thing is about a much older thing. It's about a kid. A kid who learned early that love had a price you couldn't always afford. A kid who figured out that if she didn't reach first, she wouldn't be left hanging. A kid who built a wall so high the wall is the house. And that kid has been living inside the woman you are now for 30 or 40 years, telling her, in her quiet voice, in the dark hours, what to do. Don't reach. Don't say it first. Don't need too much. Don't admit it first. Don't be the one who loses. That kid kept you safe. Don't ever forget that. The kid is brilliant. The kid is over-functioning. The kid took a hard childhood and turned it into a working adult. But here's the thing. The kid is not the right leader for the rest of your life. The kid was right for then. The kid is wrong for now. And at night, the kid comes back to do her job. She tells you the pattern. She whispers the rules. She says, if you want to be safe, don't text. If you want to be safe, don't say it. If you want to be safe, stay small. Listen to me. The kid is keeping you from the one thing the kid actually wants, which is home. Here's what I've learned from a half-century of working with 5 million people in chairs. The patterns that keep us alive as children keep us small as adults. The avoidance that protected the 8-year-old is the same avoidance that is making the 35-year-old call her own ex-girlfriend 4 times in October and then not leave a voicemail because leaving a voicemail is too much. I know, you know, we all know. But that's not the real point. The real point is what you do right now that the kid doesn't know how to do. The kid knows how to be strong. The kid does not know how to be reached. The kid knows how to be impressive. The kid does not know how to be held. And so the night version of you is the most honest version of you. She's the only version that knows the kid is still on the job, and your job is to talk to her, gently, in your own voice, without scolding, without fixing, without appraising the kid for an income report. Just to say, in the language of the child you were, I hear you, you did your job, you kept me alive, you can rest now. That's the cure. Not bigger willpower, not a no-contact streak, not a manifesto pinned to the fridge, not a friend at 3 in the morning telling you you're better than this. The cure is recognizing that the thing that misses at night is not the adult missing the lover. The thing that misses at night is the adult missing the child. Missing the part of herself that was never reached. Missing the part of herself that even now is asking to be reached. And I want you to see this, and I know I'm right about this. The longing at 2 in the morning is not a longing for the other person. The longing is for the part of yourself you abandoned in childhood when you learned that longing was dangerous. That may be the first honest thing anyone has said to you in a while. It's the only thing that explains the way you can't sleep. Because if it were just a love thing, you'd be over it by now. People recover from love. People do not recover from the parts of themselves they had to lock away. Now let me ask you a real question, and I want you to answer it in your chest, not in your head. If the phone in your hand is not a phone but a key, what door is it opening and what door is it keeping shut? The phone opens the door to the past. The phone keeps shut the door to the next version of you. It's not avoidance, my friend. It's loyalty. You are loyal to the kid who told you not to call. And the loyalty is so deep that even when the adult in you has the words, the kid vetoes them. The kid shakes her head. The kid whispers, not yet, not now, maybe tomorrow, and tomorrow never comes. So the goal is not to outflank the kid. The goal is to honor the kid and then gently in your own voice, with the same calm you would use on a tired child, tell her the rules have changed. I want to give you the language for it. Say it with me in your own way. Tonight in the dark, eyes closed before the drill. Say something like this. I know you kept me safe. I know you did the work. I know you did it alone. I know it cost you a lot. I am not going to send you away. I'm not going to fire you. I'm going to let you sit down. And I'll walk out there for a while. I'll hold the door. You can rest. When you say it, something in your nervous system will register it. Not because of affirmation, because of recognition. The body keeps the score, but the body also responds to reverence. And that's what this kid has been missing for decades. Reverence. The night will still come. The night will still be quiet. The night will still hold the empty place. But the night will be different because now the night has you in it, not the kid holding you in it. Let me tell you a story. I had a client, I'll call her Anne because that's not her name, who came to me because she couldn't keep a relationship past 10 months. Smart, beautiful, funny, capable, liked by everybody. Cold to nobody. Inside, a furnace. She'd meet somebody. The first 6 months were wonderful. The 7th month would arrive, and without warning, the chill would come. Not the cold shoulder of a fight, the cold shoulder of a woman who had decided, in the privacy of her own mind, that the relationship was now unsafe, and she'd engineer the end. Subtly, lovingly, politely. And then she'd spend the next 9 months not missing them in public and missing them violently in private. And if you want to live by the highest quality of life, run them tomorrow morning too. Run them on the train, run them in line at the store, run them before the meeting you think you have to hold yourself together in. Run them with the friend who keeps asking if you're okay and to whom you keep saying you are. Anything you do not transform, you transmit. That means the pattern doesn't go away when the relationship ends. The pattern moves to the next one. The pattern moves to the friendship. The pattern moves to the family. The pattern moves to the kid of yours who in 20 years will lie awake at night wondering why love doesn't stay. And you will not have anything to tell that kid but your own pattern. Anything you do not love, you let go. The avoidant lets go of almost everything. They let go of love so as not to be hurt. They let go of need so as not to be denied. They let go of conflict so as not to be abandoned. They let go of voice so as not to be silenced. They let go of self so as not to be engulfed. The letting go is a kindness the kid invented. The letting go is also a theft. Anything you do not speak, you swallow. And the swallowed thing becomes a stone in the chest. And the chest asks for help by tightening. And you call the tightening anxiety, because that is a word you can take to a doctor. And the doctor gives you a pill for the stomach. And the stomach receives the pill, and the pattern receives nothing. Anything you do not reach for, you lose. The phone in your hand tonight is the most expensive reach of your life. You are holding a door that opens in 2 directions. You are afraid to open it from the inside. Open it from the inside. Send the message. Make the call. Not because the person on the other side owes you a reply. Because the reach is the cure. The reach is the practice of being a person who can want something and say it. Anything you do not honor, you orphan. The kid in you has been orphaned for a long time. She's still working. She's still on the shift. She's still managing your calendar and your face and your voice. Go find her, honor her. Tell her the truth, that you are here now and the rules have changed. Now, there's a second principle, and this one is going to hold the architecture of the script together. Call it the wheel of decisions. The wheel has 3 spokes. Focus, meaning action. Spin the wheel at any moment and you get a state. The state becomes the weather inside your chest. The weather becomes the day becomes the chapter becomes the book, and the book becomes the life. Tonight, with the night version of you at the wheel, focus is on the empty side of the bed. Meaning is being constructed by the kid. We don't need anybody. We made it this far alone. We are okay. Action is the phone in your hand. The state is the ache. And the kid runs the show until exhaustion brings unconsciousness. And here's the move. You don't have to fight the kid. You don't have to win an argument against yourself. You just have to take the wheel for 90 seconds. You do that by the drill I gave you, the visual, the question, the answer out loud, then sleep. You'll wake up different. Not finished. Different. And that's enough. Different is the predecessor to done. Different is the moment when the kid stops whispering and starts asking. The kid, given a more hopeful pattern to follow, will adjust. The kid loves you more than you love you. That's the whole secret. Give the kid something to follow. Give the kid the visual of the room. Give the kid the voice that answered the question. Give the kid the chance to be the kid again, and the kid will let you be the adult. Now I want to do something. I want to walk you through the 4-minute bathtub. You've heard me talk about this before. The bathtub is the parable of overcorrection. The baby is the part of yourself that needs to come through. The water is the pattern that needs to leave. You don't lose the baby with the water. You don't lose the kid with the wall. The wall is the water. The kid is the baby. Drain the wall, tilt the bottle, pour the water out of the room. Keep the baby. Your avoidant pattern tonight is the warm water. The kid is the baby. The relationship you lost is not the baby. The kid is the baby. The kid is the part of you that wants to be reached. The kid is the part of you that calls for her mother at 2 in the morning and looks for her in the wrong room. She is looking for the love she never got to demand. Drain the warm water. Hold the baby, softly. And the lawyer has one job in the morning, to give the kid a different verdict than the kid expected. The kid expected the verdict to be, we don't need anybody. The lawyer's verdict is, we did not need anybody then. We may need somebody now. We are allowed to need somebody now. We are allowed to be the one who reaches first. We are allowed to be the one who says, I'm scared and I'm here. That verdict will not be easy. That verdict is going to cost you something. That verdict is going to cost you the safety of the pattern. That verdict is going to cost you the safety of the kid. That verdict is going to cost you the safety of being over it. Wishing for confidence without competence is just delusion. But wishing for safety without transformation is just sleep. And you have slept enough. Now let me bring us to the wider lens. Because the night thing is not about love. The night thing is about the hero's journey. The hero's journey begins at the moment when the call to adventure is heard and refused, when the person you have been, the comfortable person, the defended person, the person for whom the night is only a thing to survive, is told that the journey cannot wait. The hero's journey begins at the threshold. Tonight you were at the threshold. Tonight is the threshold. You were called. You were called by the part of yourself that misses, by the part of yourself that has always missed. The call is always simple. The call is always, come home. And the home is not the apartment you shared with the person you miss. The home is the inside of yourself that you've been protecting from yourself. This is your hero's journey. The dragon you are called to slay is not the person who left. The dragon is the pattern that tells you to leave first every time. The dragon is the kid. The kid is not the enemy. The kid is the dragon's pet. Slay the dragon's pet. And to slay the dragon's pet, you do not need a sword. You need a sentence. You need the sentence I gave you earlier. I know you kept me safe. I know you did the work. I know you did it alone. I know it cost you a lot. I am not going to send you away. I am not going to fire you. I'm going to let you sit down. And I'll walk out there for a while. I'll hold the door. You can rest. Slay the dragon's pet with that sentence tonight. Before the drill. After the long exhale. Whispered or said aloud. It doesn't matter. The dragon's pet will hear it. The dragon's pet has been waiting decades for someone to say her language to her. After you say it, the pet will lay down. After you say it, the kid will sit. After you say it, the wheel will be free, and you will be free. Free of the night as a place you lose yourself in. Free of the night as a place you rehearse no's. Free of the night as a place you are lonely without being alone with yourself. That is the highest quality of life. The night where you can be in the dark, with no phone, with no friend on speed dial, with no mantra on the ceiling, and feel the dark as a friend instead of a courtroom. That's a different life. That's a life on your terms. Now let me leave you with one more thing before we close. There is a reason this video came across your feed tonight. There is a reason the title was the title. There is a reason the algorithm, which is built on the patterns of 5 million of us, served this to you at this hour. Because somewhere in the network of the world, there is a question you have been asking. And the question is the one I asked the readers of this a few paragraphs ago. If the phone in your hand is not a phone but a key, what door is it opening? And what door is it keeping shut? The phone is opening the door to the past. The phone is keeping shut the door to the future. Put the phone face down. Take the drill. Take the seat. Take the wheel. Sleep. And tomorrow, when the morning version of you shows up to take the shift, give her the verdict. I want to leave you with the thing I believe most. Life happens for you, not to you. And your job is to figure out the why. The why of this night. The why of this longing. The why of this kid. The why of the pattern. The why of your decisions. The why is not blame. The why is not punishment. The why is the launch pad. You have been launched. You have been launched tonight by the sound of the night, by the sound of your own breathing, by the sound of a sentence you have not yet spoken but that wants out. You owe it to you to become who you really are. And who you really are is not the woman who is over it. The woman who is over it is the public relations department. Who you really are is the kid. The kid is at home in the dark. The kid knows the lullaby. The kid knows the rhythm of your breath. The kid knows the password to the door you have been keeping locked. Give the kid the password. Tonight and tomorrow and the day after and the day after that. Figure it out. And one more thing. We all have nights like this. You, me, your friend, your neighbor, the person on the subway in the morning. We all have a kid. We all have a wall. We all have a phone in our hand at 2 in the morning. We all have a pattern we built when we were small because the grown-ups near us could not hold the shape we needed. We all have a kid. And so here's what I want to suggest. Find someone tonight, not the one you miss, someone who is awake too, the friend who would understand, the relative who would not flinch, the line that goes to a counselor who has held this for years. Reach for them, not to fix it, to break the pattern, to pay attention to the kid inside that other person as well. Because the night thing is not yours alone. The night thing is the inheritance. The night thing is the family inheritance. The night thing is the cultural inheritance. We don't break it alone. We don't break it by being brilliant. We break it by being reached. We break it by reaching, and we break it by giving the kid ours and theirs sentence it can rest in. Smile. You have given yourself a sentence tonight. Even if you don't say it out loud, even if you only think it, you have given yourself something the kid can rest in. You have given yourself a home. Sleep. Figure it out. This is your hero's journey. The hero's journey doesn't end when you're dead. It continues in the lives you change. And the life you change tonight is yours.